Good morning, planet Earth, the interwebs, and every continent on this beautiful blue-green globe. My name is Sith Holocron. Welcome to the Tauntaun Squadron, and welcome to Group C of the XTC 2021, which we have been streaming for. This is now week 3, and this is Ireland versus Croatia. Ireland have a 2-0 win. They are joint top of Group C with England, and the Croatians are hot on our heels. Last night I was very happy indeed to see and stream the game 1 between Jonathan and Stepan. Stepan won with the last shot of the game, so Croatia currently lead this series 1-0, and the players have set up. So it's Nick Harris for Team Ireland and Tomislav Brdar for Croatia. As you can see at the top up there, let me just move that Croatian symbol because he has got initiative. Even though the lists are Tomislav's Zamgo is a 196 list, I believe, and Nick Harris's Bomber Galactic Empire list is 200, and Tomislav went for the initiative for himself. Not going to really matter too much outside of rock placement, as Nick Harris's list is all 2s, and Zamgo is 5. Let me get rid of all of this nonsense. We don't need any of this at all. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Clock is ticking. Game is on. So, welcome. As I said, my name is Simon, but everybody on the interweb knows me as Sith Holocron, doing a lot of streaming for lots of different games. I started off doing X-Wing version 1. I then went to play Destiny for a long time, then Legends of Runeterra. Everything's being streamed, but I got back into version 2, and I'm very, very lucky to not only be streaming nearly all of the Ireland games, but being asked to be on other streams as well. So thank you, streamers. We do put a lot of effort into the streamers. We have a considerable number of them. There's at least 25. You can find all the information for all the live streams if you visit the xtc.space website. Go to the streamers thing, and you will see a calendar on there to let you know what time your country is on. Speaking of the countries, there are 38 of them, so this literally is the biggest team event for Star Wars X-Wing 2.0 that has ever been done. So sit back, if you're in Europe, have breakfast or 11s or whatever you're having. If you're watching this back on YouTube, just sit back, put your feet up, and I can guarantee you this is going to be one heck of a game. So let me go through the lists, because today, no guest commentator, just lovely old me. So Nick Harris, list 200 points, and they are pretty much horrid. He has spent a lot of time making this list to try and give the best all-round bomber list that he can make. So let's go through them. Red and yellow are both exactly the same. They both have ion torpedoes, skilled bombardier, and proximity mines. So against medium-based ships like the Fire Spray, 2 ions are required for it to just go 1 forward, and that will not be good, as they've got proximity mines, and skilled bombardier means you can actually throw them out with a 2 maneuver template instead of just 1, or just the 1. It is up to you. Green and blue are both exactly the same. These guys have got concussion missiles along with skilled bombardier and proximity mines. Can you see the theme? And the final lovely pink one has got diamond boron missiles and then skilled bombardier and proximity mines. So as they go through their early things, Tomislav had Zam in yellow, so Zam in yellow, Django in red, and Tomislav's list, quite interesting. There are so many Zam Go lists in the XTC, but very few of them are exactly the same. So Tomislav's list has got something that I haven't seen on either of the separatist fire sprays, and they've got composure. So composure means if you cannot fulfill an action, you can still get a focus. How relevant that's going to be, I don't know. As I say, I've never seen composure on Django or Zam. Then you've both got jamming beam. Django has Dooku, which allows you on offense or defense if you are being fired upon or defended upon between ranges 0 to 2. You can pick any side, and if you don't roll that side, you can change a die to that side. Mostly used on defense. If it's an incredibly offensive player, then well, you know, then crits get called. Not bad if you're going over rocks. As you can see in the middle of the screen, there's 3 debris and 3 actual rocks. So Django can just go, well, I'm going to roll a blank. And that's what he will go and do. And to fill out the remainder of this list, as you can see, both have got thermal detonators. That is 4 little 1 things. You roll 1 dice, you take the damage on a hit or a crit. Blanks and eyes do nothing. Zam has got Palpatine. Palpatine is also, it's a flip card where you can also go to Darth Sidious, but most people just use Palpatine. You can actually stress a ship out that has fired upon you at the same distance as Dooku works. Again, the thermals both have got false transponder codes, which means if somebody locks him, false transponder codes trigger, that charge goes away, but the attacking ship does not get its target lock, which may not be very good for Team Ireland, as they have a lot of target locks, and a hull upgrade onto Zam vessel. So Django 95, Zam 101, so 48 and 51. Red and yellow are 39 each, so 20 points for half. Green and blue are 41, so that's 21 each, and pink with the diamond borons 20 and 40. So let's get into this game and sit back and enjoy yourself. Lovely bit of formation flying by both players so far. Bombers gently moved along there, being quite cool and groovy. Have all decided to go to the left there, which makes a lot of sense coming in for the engage. Django, no fear at all, come between that rock and debris at the top of the screen. You will see the force charges. Zam's right at the top of the right-hand side of her ship, and Django's to the left currently. I assume this will all change quite quickly. So early doors, absolutely no pews whatsoever. Let me have a look at chat, see how you guys are going. Jenny, you're always the first person in the room, and it is a delight to have you. It's in this quite early. It's just gone 10 o'clock here in Ireland. And hello, Chris Baird. Get him, Nick. So at the minute, everything seems to be Team Ireland so far. Morning, Gotham City Knights. Hope you are doing well. Enjoy the game. I certainly plan on enjoying every minute of it. So what do we expect here? I will expect genuinely that Nick will do a couple of banks in to try and get as many guns on target as he can. So barrel roll linked it into a target lock. So Django's false transponder code goes away. Brilliantly for Team Ireland, that is the Diamond Boron one. So after FTCs have popped, as you saw Tomislav take his thing away, everything, as long as it's within range, can now be target locked. So as you can see on the overlay, red and green have both got target locks. That's not too bad at all. So yellow and green, as you can see, both have got, yellow ion torpedoes and green concussion missiles. So let us see where we go with this. I do expect Zam to do exactly what she did, continue along the far side, and I totally expect a 2 to the right from Django as he decides to disengage. No lone wolf, no nothing. This is all pretty good. Will he boost to try and get out of arc or range from the incoming missiles. Highly possible. But that one forward would put him in quite a bad position. So it now depends on, do I try and boost away? Do I stay here and focus? A few decisions early doors, but I can guarantee you one thing, we are getting shots. And he decides to go to the left. And this is what we are at. So, looks for a shot. The boost has made sure that that hasn't happened. Zam, far too far away, not in the fight just yet. So, Pink to fire first. This will be 2. Thank you. So, 1 hit. 2 into 3. And that is a hit there immediately. 1 evade. No matter that the first one was a crit, it was still completely evaded by Croatia. So absolutely nothing in the first engagement. No valid target there for yellow, so that boost has saved Django. And now we're going to get into why Zamgo is one of the better lists in the meta and why the vast majority of separatist teams, if you are doing that, has Zam blocked the hard turn with the rock? Good question. Yes, I would assume that this is going to be a 2 forward from Zam, or maybe just the 1 to hide behind her to give her an extra green dice into the attack. I will imagine now that Django will now run as fast as he can with a bank, as he has got all of his little torpedoes, his thermals to fire out the rear. He can fire 2 at any one time using the 1 and the 2 template out the back. So these 2 fire sprays want to bait you in and then run and drop all the thermals. And that's pretty much what it is. However, Nick's bomber list has got huge ordnance out the front. Concussions and the diamond borons, horrible for the 2-die fire sprays to avoid. But the main thing is the proximity mines. So the proximity mines are, as soon as you hit it, if you go over it at all with your template, you immediately take a damage, and then you roll 2 red dice and take further damage for each hit and crit rolled. So the fact that Tomislav has got 8 thermals, where you roll 1 dice, it's not a guaranteed hit. This, however, is, well, Nick is 10. And if he dropped all 10 and hit all 10, that is 10 damage into these ships that, combined with the hull upgrade, have 21 hull. So lots of 3 banks in here and barrel rolls to the side, staying as far away from any sort of thermal that there is. Target lock being moved by green after doing his barrel roll to the right. Yellow has also decided we're now going after Zam. Pink, no fear at all. That's a bank left of a 2 maneuver. So a blue clears the stress, can then link into a barrel roll, and you get a free target lock. Now, do you... So Pink then cracks the FTCs on Zam. So no more no more false transponder codes. So looking kind of good all over. Lovely little hard turner by Blue. Blue can only really get Django, but is also going to barrel roll and get another target lock, because at that minute in time, Django was the only one in range 3, and then another little turn 3 left by Red. Not too sure he gets anything here, but again, all 5 ties have barrel rolled to try and get range 3 on to Zam. I'm not sure that she is. Oh, she is just by the edge. So absolutely everything is okay for Team Ireland. However, Tomislav of Croatia has not done anything too wrong. The 2 straight, as predicted, hiding behind that rock altogether, looking quite good indeed. Can probably do a 3 Talon to maybe get out of stuff. There won't be any bombs dropped by Zam next turn either, as the bombers will not be there. Let me see what the thing is going to be. It's probably going to be a focus, and it is. And then let's see where the simple man is. And he has decided to just continue his walk through the universe. And we'll probably take a boost to the left here just to get out of any of the arcs. But to be fair, that's not a bad spot to stay for throwing out thermals next round. All really depends on who he thinks that Nikaris is going to shoot into. So Mr. Pavuna has got a decision to make here. Does he actually boost, and eventually thinks that is the best idea. So no shots again from the Separatists. Pink has no shot at all, but here comes, let's see where we're going for first. So just the primary. So hit crit in there. Things all going hilariously wrong. Hit crit from Ireland. 3 dice here because... Oh no, oh no. So, range 2, this one. Will Green spend? Does indeed. So Green here with the first missile attack of the game will spend the target lock on the trail mix that he's gotten. Hit crit. And Croatia enter the dice box and will he spend the focus? So takes no damage there from Green. Green's target lock disappears as well. So actually spends the force from Pulp. Obstructed, I'd probably just go 2 here. Oh, so again, Zam with her charges, she can gain a target lock on the one that shot first. That needs to be re-rolled because it went out of the dice box. So, oh, dear me. 1 hit, spends the target lock on this. So hit crit. The obstruction allows Croatia to roll 3 dice this time. And let's see what's going to happen. But as you can see, these things are quite good. And natties. 3 natural evades. So nothing going through yet for Ireland, but it is pretty much the first proper turn of engagement. Here comes the red shot. So 4 die here. Only gets 1 that's a bit below average. Though the target lock reroll pretty good. So 2 hits and a crit. 3 dice back. I'm expecting damage this time. Can spend the focus and gets absolutely nothing. So great defense there from Croatia. But I would say in the system phase, next turn, there won't be anything going on at all, bombs-wise, from the fire sprays. So, welcome to chat. How are we? Hello, Ollie. Hello, Firestorm. Hello, Bucket. Hope you're all well. So, this is going to be an interesting turn. I would pretty much agree. Only one, even a couple of shields is worth it. I would agree with that. Sadly, as we are, things are absolutely as they were at turn 0. No damage done, 0-0 scoreline. But I wouldn't have spent the locks probably because it would allow further shots to come in and then you would be double modded. Missiles through a rock at range 3 does give the opposition extra dice. But in saying that, all good. So right now we are looking at a position where if the similar moves that were done in the round before happen now, then Zam could be in massive, massive trouble from the proximity mounts, like real trouble. Depending on where they finally move up, remember the TIE bombers, as you've seen, can barrel roll to put them into the right positions to block and then absolutely throw down a huge amount of proximities, which will guarantee at least 3, if not 4 hits. The other ones can also be used as blockers to fill that line should Zam want to try and do a 2 or a 1 hard to the left. Meanwhile, Zam's in a bit of trouble right now. I think she would probably like to do something like a Talon. So if that can be stopped, that's possible. Django out of the fight could also do his K-turn or a Talon roll himself to get back into the fight. So interesting to see if where these ships are actually going to end up. So we are, as you can see, back into dials. There is a 2-bank from yellow who then barrel rolled to the right. If that is a block maneuver, that is pretty good. Problem here is, okay, so that is a 1 forward and a little roll to the side. So not trying to block the bank away. So Nick's actually allowing Django to probably Sam to probably go past. So it takes all the target locks, maybe setting up for the next turn. Could be a kaplink of maybe, it depends on what Zam does. If Zam has done something like a 3-bank and a boost, then none of these are going to go in at all, I would assume. That is everything. And there is the bank 3. Now, she can stay here, but what she should do is boost away probably to the front to get out of all of those range 1 shots from yellow and pink, which would be 3 die attacks. If she goes straight, obviously it's going to not affect the rear 3 bombers. So I don't think fire sprays like to be plinked continuously, but having a little think there. No linked actions on the fire sprays, so choices to be made. Probably the focus would be quite good, and this is what Nick, as I spoke with him last night about this game, this is pretty much his ideal situation, is to get Zam almost in a box with the 5 bombers and still have the 5 bombers. As you can see, 0-0 right now, and we need to kind of find out what this wonderful ship is going to do. Just takes the focus, and Django goes, okay, you draw their fire, I'll go down here, may even be a boost, and indeed there is. So first shots here will not be from Django Fett, but it will be a range 1 4 die attack in the dice box, please. So you guys can actually see what they're rolling, and that's kind of what a streamer wants. You want to see dice being rolled, and there they are, up they go, and that is okay. That's hit crit, that's pretty average. Rolls 1 out, blank on the first one, and a blank on the second one. Not that good, really. Nearly halved. let's have a little look in here for what we've got. So it's a stunned pilot. Thank you very much, Nick. That's very kind of you indeed. So 2 shields and first blood to Croatia. Onto yellow. Let me add that to this. So 2 shields, 2 hull of the 6 hulls on the Scimitar Squadron. So it is 30 to get through. There's an awful lot of dice on that board. Here we go. Range 1, I would assume. Okay. Rerolls that for hit, crit. And this time 2 shields go off Zam. Now, Zam does trigger. Has got 2 charges, so could fire back immediately. Doesn't, however, so that's pretty good. Here comes Green with his second missile attack. Only gets the 1 eye, spends the target lock to try and get something better. Sadly, that missile for Ireland is only 1, should be evaded, and is. Normally get 1 evade by 2 dice. That's pretty average indeed. Here comes Blue. Blue with a concussion missile will re-roll, spend the lock. Terrible dice luck for Ireland at the minute. Rolls 2 eyes into 2 eyes. And that is not what he wanted here. This was the prime thing of getting things done. So, not really what we're after. Let me just find out what that is again. So it's a stunned pilot. Let me add that crit in as soon as he put it up there. There we go. Now that is not great. Range 1 here. Let's have a look. So 3 hits. So guaranteed 1 more damage. Let's see what happens. You can spend the force there and 1 more on to Zam. So Zam has taken 3 damage total from a whole load of range 1 shots. And I believe that is all she wrote. So, got away with it, I would assume, here. Tomislav. That's not so bad. I actually thoroughly expected Zam to go to half points there, to be fair. But let us see where we are. So Zam can now throw probably at least 1 thermal using the 1 to try and catch somebody. But again, probably not, because the bombers move first. So at the minute, Nick is eliminating the whole idea of doing things. So, in my opinion, and we will ask chat this as well, what does Nick do with the bombers? I know exactly what I would do with the bombers. I would keep 2. The 2 most rear on the the right-hand side, red and blue. Just move them sort of into the left, maybe a bank 1. And the others I would do bank 3s with. Yellow will probably do a 3 forward, a 3 bank to the left, a 3 or 2 by green. And the other guys will then just move forward, red and blue, and try and make a little kill box for the round after the next round to drop as many proxies as is humanly possible on to Zam. Zam is going to try and escape. So Zam can do a 4 white forward. So that will need to be watched out for as well. It's going to be a really, really interesting turn. So at the minute, no ion tokens on the board. I agree, Sweet Donuts. The ion torps do scare fire sprays. If you can ion them off the board, that is hilarious for the person firing those ion torps. Blocks again, as you say. She will die very, very quickly to this. I agree, Firestorm. Obviously supporting one of your compatriots in Nick Harris. I would have tried to block Sam, as I said in the commentary, and Chris said those dice are laughably bad. Yes, a lot of unlock. We'll check the dice stats at the end if we want. So where do we end up? Let's have a quick look here. Yeah, at the minute, there's 46 minutes still in the game, so very, very, very early. Zam card set. System phase appears to be done, as there is the one so Zam has dropped the thermal. Sadly, has not done anything. So Pink did a 3 left as predicted. Same with Green. He is a barrel rolled right. Blue turned left 3. We'll take a target lock on to decides this time maybe a focus is better. There's a lovely little one forward from the red. Problem is, does a 1 hard from Django, from Zam. I completely wish I'd written down the colours of these without having to look at the overlay. Beautiful flying there from yellow to try and ensure a bump. The problem is, if he's bumped, if Zam has not went forward at least by 3, Zam's going to get does the bank left 3. Now, a boost away will get out of Red's arc. The boost forward is probably where you want to go here with Zam. If you are supporting Croatia, you do not want to be taking 5 multiple hits. There's a red and yellow target lock on there as well, so you would be getting rid of that Ion Torp threat. And kind of good to see he's taking his time to decide. But if he stays there, that is essentially 5 range 1 shots, which would be 15 red dice. So Zam in a bit of a pickle, as we say over here in Belfast. The boost is the obvious choice to do. Skirts the side of that little asteroid, but has now made most of the TIE bombers down to just 2 attack, which makes sense. Django decides, right, thank you for drawing them down to me. Hard 1s to the left. Possible boost here, so the shot is unobstructed into the back of the stressed red bomber. But only yellow is hurt so far, so I assume Zam will attack the bumped yellow bomber. So Django should boost here. I don't see why he wouldn't. That would ensure that he's probably out of arc. Decides for a target lock instead, and finds out that red is actually unobstructed. Blue is obstructed, and all the other ties. So 4 out of the 5 that asteroid has made no difference to whatsoever, and is going to probably go on to... No, decides to go downtown. So a 3-die attack into the yellow bomber. So 3 shields off Zam, 2 hull and a stunned pilot on the yellow bomber, and Django's first shot of this game with about 3/4 of an hour to go. So Django brings out his 3 attack die. They're all eyes at the minute, but that's all about to change as they roll up and goes hit, crit. That requires severe paint and no paint. No paint at all. And sadly, yellow for Ireland has exploded with Django's very first foray into the game. Well, wow, that is incredible. That really is incredible. Let me put yellow down to there. The hit crit, so he had 4. Let's see what the second crit is. The second crit is damage sensor array, but still in the game. Apologies for that, but we will keep yellow at the bottom because I doubt it has much left to do here. Hit from Django, and Django does take yellow off the board. So the Samgo list is showing exactly why it is an incredibly decent list indeed. So sadly, Scimitar is gone. And down to just 3 coming in from Nick. Now that's 3 dice from his attack. And that's the first blank out from Tomislav. So 1 hull. Oh, sorry, final shield and 2 into that, because that's 2 blanks. Should be another damage. Yeah, thank you very much indeed. So I will pop that in as well. So Zam has lost her shield, and that is half points there for Ireland. More incoming dice. 4 die massive attack. 2 hits and a crit. The crit goes through on the return, and the return is a structural damage into blue. So the crit token goes on, structural damage goes on to blue, and loses his first hull, but there's still more shots from Nick, I would assume. Not being able to use any of his proxy mines at all. Tomislav flying these very well indeed. So let us have a quick look at where we're at. I don't think green has got any target at all. So that is unfortunate for green. And is that it? Or do we have an extra die? So we do have a 3 die shot here from Nick. 1 in 512. 3 natural crits. Oh, good God. So, Dooku says, and evade, please. 2 dice. So, only the 1 crit that will go through. The blank cannot do anything here. So, 1 crit into Zam. And that's console fire. And that is not good. And then straight into fuel leak. Well, things have dramatically changed. Those are the 1 things you do not want to see. Console fire and fuel leak. Well, that pretty much means any damage into Zam, and Zam will be dead. Remember, Zam is... there's console fire and fuel leak added down to 3 hull. But those 2 crits are absolutely crazy. There is the roll for the console fire, and takes another damage from it, which should then become nope, so just the damage. Hit crit from the final blue. This could be enough. Damaged engine into blue. So that's out the rear there from that attack. And an eyeball, so we are all good. So damaged engine and structural damage on to blue. But as I believe that is the end of the round, I would say. What a round that was. So yellow has departed this galaxy, completely gone. But as you can see from the top of the screen, Blue has 2 crits that are not the best, so Damage Engine is making all his hard maneuvers much more difficult. But an awful lot are still okay. So red, 2 shields down, yellow gone. Just let me double check that and see. So no, red completely okay. So let's jump in here. So with around 37 minutes left, the Galactic Empire of Nick Harris has halved Zam Vessel down to 2 hull, but Zam has got console fire and fuel leak, so any sort of damage in here will make it a crit. Puts up things for another fuel leak, direct hits, all that sort of stuff. So Zam could possibly give up her 101 points in the next round, should she not be able to get out of where they are. Now, Django has been completely untouched, so that's pretty good. Red is untouched. Green is untouched. Structural and damaged into blue, down to 4, 1 away from half. Pink is completely untouched, and yellow gone. So let me jump into chat while the guys are doing their stuff. Yes, Kevin Conrad couldn't agree with us anymore. I can almost guarantee you that there will be a proxy mine right in Django Fett's face to try and not only make the damage, but make his next maneuver incredibly difficult. I am not sure that any other thing apart from going forward that Django can do here. And there's an awful lot of very, very nasty things. So yeah, the bombers can drop with bank templates. So it's not just out the back. You can go left and to the right as well. Jonathan Beattie, who played yesterday for Ireland, commiserations losing in the very, very, very last roll. I think he can still avoid it, but you drop it anyway. He has plenty. Well, if plenty, you mean 2, if that's what that is in Carrick. Yes, he has got. This is a prime time to do that. Dropping is 100% the right choice. So let us go back to the game. Looks like everything has been done. We are now in systems phase, and you'll need to use the little token thing here to do that. Wonderful, excellent. So the decision, it's the wrong the wrong way. I don't think that will help at all. So the bank in here, I think he's going to have to see if that actually does, and it does. So first proxy mine from red. Let me add that to the overlay. So one of those is now down. And there is a thermal from Zam. So with 2 hull left, we'll probably drop both. So the 1 and the 2. Nick will have been aware that this is her perfect opportunity before things go. So quite difficult here for some of the bombers to come up. The Zam card is now set. That is the system phase now over. Let us see what happens here with everything that we need to do. Can blue barrel roll to the left and try and block the Zam away? But I assume Zam's probably going to do a huge maneuver. Problem is Django is right in the way. So she could maybe do. This is going to be so tight. This is going to be so tight, and a really interesting thing to do. Does exactly that right the way back, trying to see that if Zam goes anywhere to the right to try and get away from that, we'll have a shot. I can't see that she will have done that, but in an attempt to make her take the 2 proxies herself, barrel rolls away with green, so green will not be getting anything at all from those thermals. Pink, I assume, is going to go straight here. I would assume, to try and get as far away as possible. Pink completely untouched. There is the linked thing here. So Zam has got every single target log in the world. Pink has went thermals. I don't care. I've been rolling nothing really but blanks the entire time. No shields, but no fear. And the stressed red bomber, who has taken no damage whatsoever, just takes the focus. So let us see where we end up. The 4 strike from Zam. Zam straight out of there. Nothing really that could be done by Nick to stop that maneuver. Well flown indeed. A bank away to the left will probably keep her safe. And if that is the case, then possibly all guns that you can get onto Django will be the way to go. So there we go. Target locks, everything. I'm pretty sure no bomber can now shoot Zam, but has set herself up to do something really nice. So Django either didn't care about the proxy mine because he was fully shielded, so 1 there. 2 dice you will see coming up on your screen right now. They will both be rolled at the same time. Any damage at all, it will be into the shields. And there is 3 damage from just 1 proxy mine, and he is now down to just the 1 shield. So fantastically well played there by Nick, who's also trying to take his Dooku token, which isn't very nice. The bombs, the thermals for Croatia now explode as well. And have they forgotten about the thermals? Okay. But I'm sure they haven't. These not in this day and age. Not in this day and age at all. So pink and red are both getting done. So will they ping them to let them see? So the bombs go first before shooting, as the players both know. So any damage here, it's an automatic hit. But a blank or an eye, you are safe. So fantastic damage there onto Django. But let's see what we're getting. So pink first. And takes a damage. First damage of the game for pink. And a crit onto okay. Pink again. Safe this round. And then red. We don't want red to get another damage if you're supporting Ireland. So there we go. That is 2 there. I'm pretty sure that is 2. Yes. Oh, it's down to 3. Ooh. So half health. Fantastic drop there from Tomislav. Now, red cannot be shot here, but can probably go into blue at range 2. So here's the 3 die out the back, making the fire spray a very, very effective ship. Most other ships only have 2 out the back. This is problems for all 3 go through, and blue's dead. What a round for Croatia. And blue's not dead. So console fire being rolled there. The structural damage means that this is a 3-die attack out the back. No target lock, so an evade here keeps blue alive. Blue on 1, as we can see. And pretty sure that is blue dead now. So blue, sadly for Nick, has exited as well. What a good round that has been for Tomislav. I can't see any real shots coming in at all from Team Ireland. So let's move this back in. So everything is out of arc. Well played, Croatia. That is crawling things back. So by crawling, the Galactic Empire now needs 50 to lead. And to be fair, with the amount of time left on the clock, which is 26 minutes, looking good for Tomislav and the European Croatian team. So Nick, I think, will be disappointed that Zam has managed to get away. She can bank 3 away and boost and run. Red is in completely the wrong position to be in the fight as they clean up the board. Unfortunate, but well played indeed. Tomislav doing very well indeed. So let us have a look at what the two players need to do to win. Oh dear. Yeah, that is the worry for Nick. They're going to run the away and they can outrun the Bombers very, very easily indeed. Thermals will definitely get dropped. Not the best position that Nick is currently in. So we'll just see where we end up. But if we kind of look at the stuff up here, even halving Jango Fett is not enough to win. So killing Zam with only 2 hull will give another 50 points, and that is exactly what the Galactic Republic need to lead. Should Nick be able to pull this back, and we have seen, if you've watched any of the XTC this year, comebacks all over the place. So we're clearing that dice box off. He only requires 2 damage into Django, which would be another 48. And we're only looking at like 20, 21 points for each bomber if they get halved. The Scimitar there leaking another 20 points, the red one, with the ion torpedoes. So let us get back into the game here and see where we are going. Bomber has dropped his second proxy mine. Will not do anything. Actually, is probably going to make Pink go the long way around. Not sure that was the best one to do. Zam, thermal out the back. Completely out of thermals now, Zam. But again, Nick is going to have to react to that. So let's get rid of all of the thermals on Zam. And let's see where everybody ends up. A thermal from Django. And I think you're beginning to see, and here comes the second. So Django down to just 2 thermals for himself. And let's see where these 2 very, very good players who are more than aware that bombs are a thing in here. So Pink goes 1 forward, gets away from everything. Sadly, that is putting more distance between the bombers for Nick than anything else. Barrel links to a target lock. I would assume there'll be a 1 forward here from the green, and then they can go as fast as they can. So it's a 2 bank. Just stay there. Clears the stress. I would put a target lock on to Zam, to be honest. So disarms himself to get a second concussion onto green, which isn't a bad thing to do at all. and red absolutely fine. Zam goes, thank you, enjoy my present, and turns over console fire. That is a very, very clever thing to do indeed. So console fire disappears, and then we'll probably have that's all good. Very good idea, but there's still a few like on there. I'm not so sure that that is still a huge crit on Zam. But where the bombers are right now, it's looking considerably more difficult for anything to go. So system phases, nothing hits anything. Nobody in range. So they all just stay there. Proximity mines stay on the board. If you're wondering why that hasn't gone, it actually needs to be triggered. And we are back to dials. So here we go with just over 20 minutes left. As you can see by the last Zam move there, they can do 4 forwards and not really worry about it. Zam will probably do a 1 or a 2 hard to the left and then boost to try and get as much distance away from the bombers as she possibly can. With only 2 hull, that would make perfect sense. Chat, how about what do we think we're going to do? 2 from Django is fair. Yep, sort of blocking that lane quite cleverly as well. I can't see any more proxy mines being thrown by Nick. I can't see that happening, but I loved that disarm to redo the concussion missiles. That is kind of handy indeed. So let us see where we actually do end up here. We are back here. He's swarmed back up again. That was quite quick indeed. Problem is for the bombers, they're going to have to like bank around and try and do everything to catch up with these fire sprays, who now theoretically and probably should run for the next 20 minutes. There is the 2 hard, and there will be a boost forward from Zam because that's what she needs to do, and then a 4 forward in the next turn. And very sadly, he's going to make Chris decide. Nick, sorry. Do you just go for it? Go over the rocks. Bank in as hard as you can. There are target locks on Zam. There is a red has targeted Django. Zam has got the other 2 remaining bombers of pink and green. And we are back to dials. So I can see quite a few quick turns happening here. So thank you to chat for being up this early. If you are in Western Europe, if you're in America, you're probably mad, but we like you anyway. So Ollie, world champion Ollie Pocknell, thank you for joining, sir. Hope you're well. Sprays cannot afford to run. They will get cornered. Better to just joust and make sure to kill off some bombers with the double taps from Zam. Very, very astute, as always, which is why he is the world champion. The speed that they're playing, the sprays can definitely kill the bombers. I would agree with that as well. And he genuinely thinks that if the sprays run, Nick wins. 20 minutes is Paul Cadwell, a very long time to run, and the bombers are slow, but they're not like silly slow. So they can maybe take the odd shortcut, but we are back to any sort of system phase. Everybody has been set. All the dials are in and checked. Off we go. So I would imagine 3 forwards here, at least from every single one of the bombers. At least that. And then probably banks in to try and narrow down the attack vector, which is probably where we are at. So pink has done that exactly. There's a 4 and a bump there from green. Red will probably do a 3 as well. Red to go forward and flies 3, so maintaining that swarm formation. Zam will, if Zam does not do something like a 1 or 2 hard to the left, Then for the next 5 or 10 minutes, I think that Tomislav may run. He is, kind of doing it, but sadly, I thought this was going to be the tactic. So a 3 banks in from the bombers. Sadly, though, she could do a three bank base. Fuel leak has been activated as she isn't stressed, and that is not what Nick would want to have seen happening, but can do precious little about that. So Ollie pretty much has nailed it on the head. Nick Harris's win condition is 2 damage on each fire sprays in the remaining time. Outside of that, it's going to be very difficult for Nick to win this game at all. The proxy mount you see right beside that asteroid at the top of the red bomber is going to do precious little. And we are back to dials yet again. So 4 damage total, 2 onto each chassis, and we shall see. Tomislav either keeps doing what he's doing and wants the range 3 to maybe drop the odd thermal. Problem is, 6 of them have already been dropped, and Django's the only one with 2 left. We will have to just see how things go. But this has been quite a good game. Initial engagement went to Croatia, then a huge barrage into Zam to take her to half, and before the kill shot could actually come in, the 4 straight got her out of trouble, and now she is miles away. So, as you can see, all 3 bombers harded to the left, all being able to take what they need. Tomislav is taking all of Django's shields and all that sort of stuff. They care not a jot any longer. They need the damage. So where do these bombers go next? Another 4 straight from Zam. So probably just trying to eke out the win by keeping her alive. He knows if he can do maths that another 1 forward there and then maybe a 1 hard to the left will put him, yes, into the corner with Zam, but as far away as possible from those bombers. Those bombers have got asteroids to look straight at as well. So I think things are going to have to 2 on Zam would win the game at the minute. With the score, Nick needs 50 to win. He has got his 51 points from Zam, so killing Zam and not losing half on any other ship will win the game for Team Ireland. If he gets half points onto Django Fett, that's another 48 points. And halves on the other ones, red is already halved. So trying to keep the 5 hulled pink and the 6 hulled green where they are. This game is certainly on. Suzanne boosted left, which is a very good idea. She could probably bank round to the 3. So I'm expecting 3 banks here from all the bombers in the next turn. And then probably just go over any of the rocks that are here. Both these players know they're this backwards. The Croatians have been flying very, very well in the tournament so far, as have Ireland. So this one matters, as they all do in any big tournament. Tomislav set, system set, Zam set, everything ready to go, and honestly, just keep the stress and go with red. There's 3 hull left on it, and it is up there. So the 3 straight, not a bad idea. He already had a target lock on there. Sadly, I think that Nick has forgotten all about that, because there's now 2 red target locks on Django. Again, the green 4 straight to catch up, and Zam has decided to turn in. That we are going to get more shots here, definitely. Taking off red means that the both fire sprays would need 2 damage each for Ireland to win. For them to take out red here could be huge. Let's see where we're at. The focus taken from Zam. Django will probably just disappear. A wee 1 there to the front. Setting up more thermals next time. He still has 2. They can both be put out at the same time, or he can just put 1 out. Decides, do you know what? I think I want to keep him alive. Let's split these up. So no shot from Django. Zam, however, should has no targets. So if that is the case, then neither does Nick. Django now pretty much, unless he... Oh, this is great. This is absolutely great. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty of this event. 11 minutes exactly to go. Killing off Zam puts Ireland up by a point. Keeping Zam alive allows Tomislav and Croatia to go into a 2-0 lead in this series. So this is it. This is pretty much everything comes down to this. If every option in the world open to Zam, and most options open to the Bombers. We'll definitely get this round. We'll probably get another round. The last round on in game 1 went an extraordinary length of time. It in total lasted about 12 minutes. So I can't imagine this one will. Dials are all set there for Ireland. I'm sure Nick is thinking about, will I actually get a chance to drop one of the proxies? Because that would be at least 1 damage on here. So let's see where we are going to go. Green has set the maneuver for Zam, but only Zam. Django, not quite yet. And the wonderful thing of having 2 screens to be able to take a whole thing. Django is now set. You cannot see that on screen, but I am informed by my second computer that this is all ready to go. And off we go. Zam card is set, as you can see at the top. Here we go. And there is a 3 right from red. Now, a barrel roll and link that into the target block, gaining the stress for all linked maneuvers. A 2 bank, again, can just take the focus. Pink has decided to just go straight forward. There is a kill box right there. Everything ready to go. And, well, here we go. Essentially, this could determine the entire game. As you can see on your screen, 1 hull off the scimitar, but is going to take 4 hits at range 1 from Zam Vessel, but will be able to fire back a lot of dice with the green being double modded. So focus for Zam, no shot from red, and Django still to move, who has decided to just mosey away right at the top of that screen. Plenty of room for the 2 or the 1, and I think that's probably going to be Django safe for the rest of the game. It's going to be Nick's. He's got range 3. He has got a range 3 on red. So Django will shoot first. It'll be a 3 versus 3. So let's see how we get on. This round sorts pretty much who wins. Tomislav rolls his dice, gets 1 hit. has got a target lock and a focus. So that is 2. The focus will be spent. He is not getting shot back. That is not enough to kill him. So it is 1 more damage onto red. And that goes down to 2 hull. Zam, range 1, into pink. Another die will come on your screen. It will be 4 versus 2. Half points here into pink is another 20 points. This could end the game. That is 3 hits. And that is 2 going through. And that is half points. So the score at the minute is 120 to 51. Double modded shot first here from Green. Green rolls 3 die. Gets a crit. Will use his target lock for that. Spend the focus. And Tomislav needs paint. And gets 2. So the crit goes through. The crit is console fire. It's not. It's a direct hit. It's a direct hit. Zam is dead. So there we go. Zam Vessel dead. And the score now 101 to 120. 2 damage needed on to Django. But where these ships are with only 5 minutes to go, he really can run here for 5 minutes. The bombers are in no position to be able to catch him up in this amount of time. So I'm pretty much prepared to say, unless something extraordinary happens, Croatia are looking very likely to be 2-0 up. However, in the previous 2 games, Ireland were 2-0 down in both and ended up winning 4-3 and 5-2. So not so bad. But I think this one is maybe out of here. The bank away from the 1, I'm pretty sure that is just to keep red from not dying. There will probably be a 2 here from the pink. They're going to try and do everything that they can to get everything across. Pink will hard 2 here. Or makes a mockery out of me and goes for the 3. Already has that. Doesn't have a target lock at the minute. But here we go. I would imagine now that red will probably just do some sort of K-turn maneuver or just 1 away for the rest of the game to keep red safe. While pink and green need to find the accelerator and try their best to even get shots in with 4 minutes to go right this very second. So, chat, what a game this has been. Can he get 3 more rounds in? That would be okay. I'd probably say it's only going to be 2. They are playing quite quickly. Let me double check that pink actually has got 3 damage cards in. If you guys are saying that she hasn't, just let me have a little look. It's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so pink did take half points there. So they're going to try their very best, Ireland, to try and get things round. So win condition. Right now, this score is the Separatists lead by 19. Half on Django is 48 points. If red was to die, it's worth 20. If green is to die, it's worth 21. So he can actually lose half on another, but needs to do 2 damage on the Django, and that's it. For Ireland to win, the 2 damage have to go through. He has also got Dooku to be able to call and evade. So here we go. Django just runs. will be doing a 4 and another boost. Doing quite well. Not too sure what the issue is here. Obviously talking about something. Gentlemen forgetting to delete their dice. So a 3 there from the Bomber, trying their very best to catch up. It's probably all going to come down to the concussion bomb from the Bombers. My clock is pretty much exactly what they're saying on screen. It is 1:37 to go in the round. A 4 forward here pretty much ends it. There is the 4 forward. So at this point, Green has now got a massive proximity mine in front of him. There is the boost. And that is going to put us back to dials. Dials are being set by Nick. Pink completely out of the game, cannot do anything, but Pink will do a hard 3. The problem is, can Red get a maneuver in that allows like the best shot without a boost from Django to do anything? So this is the one that's actually going to be tight. We are under a minute to go, 44 seconds. This will be the last round. There's no doubt about it. So a 4 straight and a boost to either side probably gets Django out of it. I think Green has to do the 3. Can't really do anything else. There's 3 from Pink, and this is the important one. He has went 1, a 4 forward and a boost, and Django is safe. And that is all it's going to take. In arc right now, and the boost, and as far as I am aware, there is the timer, and no shot from Red. So that is that. Congratulations to Croatia, who are now 2 up in this Group C series. That's fantastically well flown. Tomislav showing just how really, really damn good this Zamgo list really, really, really is. So there you go. GG's. 2 up. You can't really, in my opinion, Zamgo is easily probably the best list in the meta right now. So, chat, thank you so much for joining the Tauntaun Squadron this morning. If you're watching us back on YouTube, that was a masterclass on how to fly fire sprays today. Nothing that Nick Harris could do. Every time he got a kill box, they managed to escape out of it. Not as much proximity mine dropping as I'm sure Nick would have wanted. But that is it. Tomislav allowing Croatia to take an early 2-0 lead in this XTC 2021 tournament. Guys, thank you so much for being in the chat. Lovely to see so many big names in here. We're starting to get quite well known, with people like Ollie and Van Hangland all subscribing to the channel. With that in mind, if you watch any stream who give up their time to let you guys see these fantastic players play, hit the subscribe button on YouTube or the follow button on Twitch. It means a great deal to all the streamers. It also makes it easier for people who have maybe not seen this game see why this tournament is the biggest and best team tournament of X-Wing 2.0 in the world. Thank you very much for watching, and until the next time, take it easy. Bye-bye now.